This is Jerry Gonzalez and welcome to my YouTube channel. For those who view my channel for the first time, we are doing budget database project in parallel with the tutorial. You could maximize the benefits of this video if you will also view the preceding tutorials in this channel. In the last session, we discussed how to filter directly from Query Design View. This time I will show you how to filter the records using forms. Imagine if there are other people using your database and they're looking for a certain record. Are you going to tell them to go to Query to look for that record? Even all the people in your organization knows how to use MS Access, operating it backdoor is dangerous because they could change the design of your database. In this video, I added magnifier window so that you could see clearly the procedure that I will be doing. To make a form, go to Create menu, choose Blank Form. Click Save. Change the name of the form to FRM Expenses. Click OK. Right-click the Form tab and select Design View. Let's add text boxes where we could type in our criteria to filter records. Go to Design menu. Look for the text box in Control section. Drop and drag it here. Stretch the label. Highlight the text box, then press Ctrl+C to copy, then press Ctrl+B to paste and do it for 4 times. Change the label of each text box. The first will be ID, then particulars, then amount, date, then budget category. Highlight date and budget category text boxes and transfer them so that we could have more space at the middle of the form. There are cases that you need to filter ID in range. For example, you want to see the records with IDs from 1 to 10. To make it possible, we need to have 2 text boxes for ID, where we could type in the start and the end of the range. Copy ID text box. Copying the text box will automatically copy its label as well. Delete the copied label and align the new text box to the first ID text box. We will do the same with amounts and with date. Now we will assign name to each text box. Highlight the first ID text box, right-click and choose Properties. In Property Sheet, go to All tab. Change the name to TXT ID1. Copy this name. Go to the second ID text box. Change the name by pasting the copied name, but change the number to 2. For particular text box, the name is txt particulars. Then go to the amount. The name is txt amount 1. Copy this name. Go to the second text box of amounts, paste the copied name and change 1 to 2. Go to date, the name will be txt date 1. Copy this name, move to the second text box of date, paste the name and change 1 to 2. Go to budget category. Its name is txt bud cut. I will insert button under design menu. Click button in control section. Drop and stretch. Click cancel. Change the text to clear. Copy this button. Change the name to search. Click save. There should be a list of records here. Go to control section and look for list box. Drop and stretch it on the form. Then click cancel. You will notice the list box label here. Delete this label because it is not required. Highlight the list box and go to Data tab, and you will see that its row source is still empty. Let's create a query that will be the source of data of list box. Select Create Menu. Click Query Design. Double-click TBL Expenses, then close. We will include all the fields in this table, but instead of double-clicking each field name, we will just double-click the asterisk. This will have the same result as double-clicking each field. Go to Datasheet View to validate. You will see that all the fields are displayed. Click Save. Change the name to QRY Expenses. Click OK and click Close. This query will be the content of the list box, and how to do that. While the list box is highlighted, go to Data tab under Property Sheet. Click the drop-down list of row source and select QRY Expenses. Then go to All tab, look for column count, and change its value to 5. to represent the 5 fields within QRY expenses. For column widths, we will assign 1 inch for each column, and we will adjust later if necessary. Go to Form View. For the column heads, it should be yes. Then go to Form View, and you will see that all the fields are shown in the list box. What we want to happen once we enter the criteria in these text boxes and click search, the records within the list box will be filtered accordingly. For now, if we type here 1 and 1 and click search, nothing happened because the form criteria are not yet linked to the QRY expenses. Open QRY expenses in Design View, then double click ID. Now that we are discussing query by form or QBF, the criteria that we discussed in the previous video entitled Filtering Data in Query are not enough. In QBF, if you are dealing with range values, for example, you are looking for IDs from 2 to 5, here is the applicable criteria. This statement is the address of the control containing the start of the range. The address is composed of object collection name, object name, and control name. In this example, the object collection name is forms. The object name or the form name is FRM expenses. The control name or the text box name is TXT ID1. For the second address, the object collection name and the object name will be the same as the first address, but the control name will be TXT ID2. Then followed by address number 1 again. If this criteria seems to be complicated, we could see it this way. Between X and Y, or X is null, where X is the address of the first box and Y is the address of the second box, and X again is the address of the first box. How does it work? It will return all the records within the range if you specified. But if the value of the first text box is null, it will return all the records. Going back to MS Access, go to ID field, right click, then choose Build. Type the operator between after the word ID. Then the collection object, and that is forms. Press tab key and square bracket will be automatically added. Then exclamation mark. Followed by the name of the form FRM expenses. Exclamation mark again. Followed by name of text box. which is txt id1. Highlight the statement. For location of txt id1 and copy. Type in end, then paste the copied statement, then type in or, type or, then paste again the copied statement, type in is null. Change the name of the text box in the second statement to txtid2. This follows the syntax that was introduced earlier. Then click OK. Unmark the checkbox and type in true for the criteria. Then save. Open it in form view. There are values in ID text boxes. Click search. Nothing happened because there is no command yet given to the search button. Go to design view, click search, then go to event tab, then click the ellipsis of on click event. You can use macro builder, expression builder, but I am more comfortable on using code builder. Then click OK. This will open the VBA for MS Access. To refresh the list box, type in forms, exclamation mark, FRM expenses, exclamation mark again, then list 0. I'm not sure about the name of the list box, but for now I will just name it list 0 dot requery. Now let's check if the name list 0 is correct. Go back to MS Access, select the list box, go to all tab. The name is list 16. Change this to list 0. Copy the name, click the search button, go to event tab, click the ellipsis of on click event, then change the name of the list box. It must be exact with the actual name of the control. Go back to MS Access. Let's see if this going to work. Try to look for the record with ID equal to 2. Then click search. There you go. Try to look for records with ID from 1 to 2. Then click search. It returns the record based on the specified criteria. Now, if we specify several criteria, then we want to delete all this. It will be time consuming if we will do it one by one. What I want to do, once I click the clear button, all the criteria will be deleted. How to do that? Go to design view, select clear button, go to event tab, click the ellipsis of on click event. This will open the VBA sheet. Type in with forms, exclamation mark, FRM expenses. But the statement forms exclamation mark FRM expenses could be replaced with the word me. The statement forms FRM expenses here could also be replaced with the word with the word me. This command is for the search button, if you remember. Going back to clear command, every time you open with command, you also have to close it. Type in end with. Then we could insert in between the two commands the statements that will delete the contents of search criteria text boxes. Type in .txt id1 equals null. Do this command for all the text boxes. Txt id2 equals null. Txt particulars equals null. Then after end with, type in me exclamation mark list 0 that requery to refresh the content of the list box. Go back to MS Access. Click Save. Right-click the Form tab and select Form View. Once we click the Clear button, expect the 1 and 2 here will be deleted. There you go, and all the records are displayed. So click the amount, then go to Amount field and right-click, select Build. Then type between, then look for the name of the text box for the first amount text box. We should use the amount, so look for the amount, then copy it, then type in end, then change the number to 2, then paste again the first address, then type in is null, then click OK. Then don't forget to unmark the checkbox and type true for criteria. Then go to datasheet view. Let's see if it is going to work. Go to amount. Suppose we are looking for records with amount equal to 500. Type 500 and another 500. Click search. It's not working. Even I click save, click search, still not working. If this happened, close the form first and open it again. Type 500 and 500, click search, there you go, it's already working. Suppose we're looking for records with amount from 300 to 500. Type in 300, then 500, then click search. There you go. So it will display all the values from 300 to 500. For dates, it also has two text boxes. It means that the criteria syntax that we discussed earlier is applicable to it. Select query expenses, right click, and choose design view. Double click tran date. Go to tran date field, right click, select build. Type between, then look for the txt date 1. Then double click txt date 1 and it will automatically write the address for you. Copy it, then type end, paste the address, then change 1 to 2, then type or, paste again the copied address, then type is null. This follows the syntax that we discussed earlier. Unmark the checkbox, then type true for criteria. Go to form view, type in 20 March. As you can see, the text box is not yet in date format, so we have to fix it first. Go to design view. Click txt date 1 text box. Go to format tab and set the format to medium date. Do the same for txt date 2. Then click save. Go to form view again. Type again 20 March and 20 March for the second text box. Then click search. This will give you the record with date equal to March 20, 2020. How about if you're looking for the transactions between March 20 to 21? Change the date in the second text box, then click search, then it returns records within the range specified. Click clear. For particulars, we could not choose the criteria that we use for ID, amount, and date. If you are looking for words or group of characters within a text field, then this criteria should be used. We could see it this way, like X, ampersand, double quote, asterisk, double quote, or is X is null, where X is the address of a control that will be linked to query. Consider this example. We will use the particular field. The object collection name here is forms. The object name will be FRM. The object name will be the FRM expenses. Then the control name. The control name will be txt particulars. How does it work? Suppose you are looking for the word soap. If you write soap in the text box, it will return all the records that start with soap. If you type asterisk soap, then it will return all the records containing soap. If you leave it blank, then it will return all the records. Going back to MS Access, open QRY expenses in Design View. Double-click particulars. Go to particular field, right-click, select build. Type like. Look for TXT particulars from expression element section. This will give you the address of particulars. Then copy this address. Type ampersand, double quote, asterisk, double quote, or then paste the copied address. Then type is null. This follows the syntax that we just discussed. Then click OK. Unmark the checkbox and type true for criteria row. Then click Save. Go to Form View. Try to look for fuel. Type in fuel for particulars. Then click Search. Nothing happens. Even you save it, still not working. Try to close the form and open it again. Type fuel again for particulars. Click search. You'll see now it's working. You will see all the records with particulars equal to fuel. If you are looking for words or group of letters within particulars, but you don't know whether it is at the start, between, or at the end of description, then you could type asterisk followed by the group of letters that you're looking for. For example, type in asterisk EL. It will give you all the entries or all the particulars containing EL. If you type FU without asterisk, it will give you all the particulars starting with FU. If you try to write asterisk FU, it will return all the entries containing FU, regardless whether it is at the start or between or at the end of the description. For budget category, we will not type numbers like 1 to 5. This will be inconvenient because we need reference to know which budget these numbers are identifying. This text box should be converted into combo box so that we could have drop-down list with categories to choose from. Let's open the design view of FRM expenses. Then go to budget category text box, right click and go to change to and select combo box. We need to provide content for its drop down list. Go to data tab. Then click the ellipsis of row source. It will open a query builder. Double click TBL budget, then close. I want the combo box to contain the ID and budget category. Sort the budget category in ascending order. Then click Save. Close the query builder and go to Form View. Open the drop-down list of budget category. The list shows numbers which represents the budget category ID. This is not what I want to happen. I want to view the description of budget category instead. Go back to Design View and go to All tab, look for column count. As you remember that we chose two fields as contents of our combo box, therefore we should specify 2 instead. So column count should be 2. But for the column widths, I want to hide the ID. To do this, I will specify 0 for the first column and 3 for the second column. 0, comma, then 3. Then go to Form View. The drop-down list now contains the description of the budget category and not the IDs. Suppose we are looking for records with budget category equal to toiletries. Click Search. Nothing happens. This is because the budget category criteria is not yet linked to the query. If you have a criteria that should be an exact match with the data in a field, then the syntax should be used as this. We could also see it this way, where X is the address of the control that will be linked to query. X or X is null. That's easier to remember. Consider this example. We will use the budget category field. Since we are using drop-down list for this field, we will always have not only a portion, but a full description of the data that we're looking for. The object collection name will be forms. The object name will be FRM expenses. Then the control name will be TXT badcat. How does it work? It will return records with exact match of the criteria specified for a particular field. If it is left blank, then it will return all the records. Go back to MS Access, open QRY expenses in Design View. Double click BUD ID. Go to BUD ID field, right click and select build. Type equals sign. Look for TXT BUD ID from expression element section. Then double click it. Then copy this address, type OR, then paste the address, type is null. This follows the syntax we just discussed. Unmark the checkbox, type true for criteria, then save. Then go to Form View. Try toiletries for category, then click Search. It's not working. Close the form. Then open it again. Try toiletries as budget category. Click Search. Now it's working. Maybe you are wondering why the budget category specified is in text and is able to filter the budget category in the list box, which data type is number. Go back to Form Design View. Select Budget Category text box. And from Property Sheet, go to Data tab. And you will see that the value assigned for bound column is 1. This means that even the drop-down list displays description of budget category, but in reality, the stored value there is the ID. Let's go back to Form View. For example, we're looking for records with budget category equals transportation. Click Search. This will return all records with budget ID equal to 2. You will see other databases that as you press the Enter key, the records are automatically filtered and no need to click the search button. To do this, go back to Design View. Then click the search button. Then go to All tab. Look for default. Then assign yes for its value. This means that every time you press enter, it will execute the command for search button. Save the changes and go back to Form View. Suppose we're looking for records with ID equal to 1. Then press enter. You will see that it filters the records in the list box even without clicking the search button. Try to look for records with amounts 300 to 500. So type 300 then 500. Then click search. Or you may press the enter key. Let's try it again. Enter 300, 500, then click enter or press enter rather. Now, the user of our database have two options, either clicking the search button or pressing enter key to run the filter. It will add convenience to the user if the cursor will go to the expected location every time the tab button is pressed. To do this, go to Design View. Go to Other tab under Property Sheet. The tab index for txt id 1 is 0 and that is okay. For txt id 2, the tab index should be 1. For particulars should be 2. For txt amount, 1 should be 3. For txt amount 2 should be 4. Txt date 1 should be 5. Then txt date 2 should be 6. Then txt budget category should be 7. Then search should be 8. Go to form view. Try to press the button. And then it goes to the expected location now. This makes entering of criteria easier. For example, we are looking for records with ID from 1 to 2. 1 tab 2. Then press enter. Another example, we're looking for records with amount from 50 to 300. Type in 50, then tab 300, then enter. So in navigation, the text boxes, I hardly need to use mouse. Tab key could do the work. I also want to have a button that when I click, the form FRM expenses will close. Go to design view, copy the search button, then paste it. Move it to the location you want to be. Change the text to close. Select the close button. Go to Event tab under Property Sheet. Then click the ellipsis on click event, then choose Code Builder. Click OK. This is the command for closing the form. Just type in do cmd dot close space AC form, comma, double quote FRM expenses. Then double quote FRM expenses, then double quote. Go back to MS Access. Go to form view. Then click save. Click close. There you go, the FRM expenses is closed. That's all for now. I hope you learned from this video. Formatting the form will be discussed in my next tutorial. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.